I call Lawrence Yule.
Madam Speaker, the criminalisation of cartel behaviour so early on in this new government's 90-day or past 90-day period is really an indictment on the lack of thought, vision and pre-prepared legislation. 9 years it's taken. 9 years the government had to sort out what it was going to do when it got in power. And tonight we're discussing a minute piece of information. The current behaviour, the current regime offers $10 million worth of fines, Madam Speaker, if it's civil matter, and actually it's working. And I'm not aware of any significant movement in the media to actually toughen down on cartels. I actually think what's happening with this government is actually having a chilling impact on business. And that's because the combination of a whole lot of things is forcing businesses to lose confidence. The loss of the 90-day trial period, changes and toughening of immigration, other changes in the employment relations field, they actually all impact on business confidence. So this bill on the cartels actually, in my view, actually has no robust case or problem to solve behind it. And I go to the regulatory impact report that was given last time, and it says one of the concerns raised by submitters that was even within large, seemingly well-resourced businesses, salespeople, mid-level managers and senior managers may already be reluctant to engage in pro-competitive behaviour. And in the world I'm in, and some of my previous roles, actually working together is a really good thing. We are a small country. And actually sometimes the big model of competition actually works against consumers. And I think this is one of those cases. We have a problem, an alleged problem, that can't be quantified, is not supported by Treasury or the Productivity Commission, yet here we are in probably about 120 days now on our 20th National Party bill since the House began, because this government does not have enough of its own stuff. And what this is about is slow, incremental but damaging change to our businesses. And it's all very well to be ideological about sending people to jail for cartel-like behaviour, but actually for most people this will end up having a chilling impact, just like health and safety did, just like changes to the employment relation. And that is why business confidence is slipping. You guys don't seem to get it. But out in the real world, that's what people are telling me. So every time you change a law in this House, you have to say, what is the value of that change? And there may be some laudable goals. What is the cost of that change in terms of time and money, and whether it's worth it? And, Madam Speaker, in this case, I simply don't think it's worth it, other than to fill up the business agenda of this House. Every time we do something like this, it's a balance. And the balance, in my view, is the balance between collaboration and competition. And competition, actually, by its very nature, is something that this side of the House strongly supports. But when you don't have scale, when you don't have unique qualities that you can share in a competitive way, then it's actually better to collaborate. And Mr McNulty, you'll know that from your previous role. So actually, while the previous members on the other side have been focused about the cost to customers, actually there can often be a cost to people if you don't collaborate. So I think the focus of this bill is wrong. It's simply to fill up the agenda when actually there isn't a major problem. Thank you, Madam Speaker.